All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Call Halayim Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. I just wanted to do like a small little impromptu on making keen decisions. You know, talking to all Israel. That once you come in this truth, saying you constantly learning and constantly grinding, constantly reading, constantly listening to other brothers. But when you listen to brothers, man, Akim out there, you're gonna constantly read, but to edify yourself, shoot thyself approve. So what I wanted to come out with, with the first scripture, First King, Shalakia. First King, chapter 3, verses 16. I just wanted to come out with, King Solomon, when he first got that wisdom, when he got, the Most High came and gave him that wisdom. I just wanted to kind of just break down like a small, how, the Most High gave him that wisdom. Just like you. So then came there 2 women that were harlots unto the king and stood before him. And the one woman said, "O my Lord Yahweh, O my Lord, I and this woman dwell in in one house, and I was delivered of one child with her in the house. And it came to pass the 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also." So what they was doing when 2 women was coming in and asking King Solomon, that both of these women was with child, meaning just had a child. And it came to pass, and it came to pass the 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also, and we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save with 2 in the house. So she was just saying, it was just us in the house. There was no other witness in the house. And this woman's child died in the night because she overlaid it. So the lady was saying that she overlaid, meaning she rolled over on top of her child. And she arose at midnight and took my son from beside me while thy handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. So, when she was asleep, she did some old slick stuff, She went over to the other lady's, a woman's bed, and exchanged the child. And when I rose in the morning to give my child suck, meaning, feeding your child, breast, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold it, my son, behold it was not my son, which I did bear. So she had knew that this child wasn't hers. I mean, most mothers probably do know their child, man. They had their child. They kept it in their 9 months, so they should know, who their child is. And the other woman said, "Nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son." And this said, "No, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son." Thus they spake before the king. Then said the king, the one said, "This is my son that liveth, and thy son is the dead." And the other said, "Nay, but thy son is the dead, but my son is the living." So they was just going back and forth, saying whose son is dead, and then one is living, one is dead. They was going back and forth, fighting, speaking and trying to figure out, not literally fighting, but fighting with words, trying to tell them, she has a living, I had the living child, she had the dead child, going vice versa. And the king said, "Bring me a sword." And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, "Divide the living child in 2, and give half to the one and half to the other." Then spake the woman whose the living child was unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son. And she said, oh my Lord, give her the living child. So she was saying, man, give it to her, because she just wanted to see her child live. She probably thinking if the child, as long as the child living, she still would be able to see the child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, let it be neither mine nor her. So she was trying to, she already knew that she's already gone. She was already trapped. So she just tried to say something so that it wouldn't look like she was lying. But divided. So she was like, divided. So he knew, hey, man, come on, man. You don't want to kill your child. The king answered and said, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of Yahweh, our power, was in him to do judgment. So all I want to say, like, when you come in this truth, and you become, start reading the word and start listening to other brothers and start watching videos and then doing your own videos, man, you want to ask the Most High for that wisdom that's so powerful, man. And the wisdom to the Most High is a woman. Not the Most High is not a woman, but the wisdom of the Most High, who we speak, is like she is delicate to the Most High. I always want to make sure that I always get that right, because a lot of people always want to get that mix of woman and God and all that type stuff. But we know Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is a straight man. Just want to come out with another one. A couple more scriptures and I'm out of here. I just want to do a small little prop 2 for midday. Proverbs 3, verses 13 through 17. So Proverbs 3 verses 13. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 13. Just wanted to say this is for the wisdom. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that get understanding. So you happy when you get this wisdom, man. You always want to tell people about the truth. You and the man that get understanding. And then once you understand this truth, then much more happier you'll be. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. You know what I'm saying? So the merchandise that you get from the wisdom is stronger than merchandise of fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and that's what I just said. That a woman, that wisdom is like a woman. She is more precious than rubies. Man, she's precious than the most expensive jewelry, such as rubies, like it says in the Bible, on verse 15. And all the things that canst desire are not to be compared unto her. So there's no comparison between wisdom and anything that's on this earth beside Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand is riches and honor. So the days that you have wisdom, the longer you have to live, because you'll use that wisdom and apply it to your life. And on the left hand side, the riches and honor. So they give you the things that you need and the honor that you need to live this life. That's what the same thing is like when you look on the right hand side, when you live longer, because of the things that you do with your wisdom. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her path are peace. So when you get that wisdom, you are peace, man. People are gonna come against you, but Yahweh Shai was always a peace. What y'all ignorant called Jesus, Yahweh Shai was always a peace. Except for one time, I think he believed he was in the tabernacles, man, and they was out doing, they was going off. I want to go to Proverbs chapter 9. And then a couple more scriptures, just one scripture out of 9 and 9, and then I'm gonna go to Proverbs 16 and 16, and I'll be out of here. So Proverbs chapter 9 verses 9, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase his learning. So I'm gonna read that again. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. So you'll get that instruction from a wise man, and he just continue to get wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase his learning. So just a just man will increase in learning. When I first came into the truth, you got to humble yourself. And then sometimes you got to humble yourself when you get in the truth, because then you think you can't be taught. But that's what it said in this scripture. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will yet be wiser. So when you come in the truth, you can continue to learn. So you yet get the instruction from a wise man, yet he'll get wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. So I'm gonna go to this last one. Shalakia. Proverbs chapter 16 verses 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold? How much is it to get wisdom? Continue to read this, but we always can get this gold. What can this gold do in case of time of trouble? What can your gold do when you're trying to talk to the Most High? Because you need that wisdom to talk to Him. If you said in Hebrew, if you said anything, I try to continue to read and be able to understand Hebrew. Call halayim Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah Brakatah. Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Like I do Psalms 144 and 1, Proverbs 31 and 1, 31 and 3, Proverbs 31 and 3. Baraka Haya Yahweh, Tazawara, Lamada Yada, Koraba Wa, Tazaba, and Salakia, Malaka Maha, Malaka Maha. So that's saying that Psalms 144 and 1. Blessed is He, Yahweh, that give us strength. They give us strength. My hands of war, and teaches my fingers to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's to say that in Hebrews. So, with that being said, man, like I just had a little small promptu that I wanted to bring out. I had a little time on my hand during this day. So, with that being said, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. Give all double honors to the apostles and the elders out there teaching this truth, and continue to bring the sheep in, the lost sheep of Israel. Again, Kal Halayim Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Brakathum to the Akim, and Brakathum to the Akwathim, which is the women of Israel. This is Shalom, Shalom to all of Israel, and be peace and continue to fight, because we almost out of here. Shalom.